He didn't post about it on Instagram or bring it up in any interviews. He didn't even show proof to the couple he had just helped. Yet that one quiet act spoke volumes, more than any song he has ever released. It was a moment seen by only a few, but it makes you reconsider everything you thought you knew about Kendrick Lamar. By the way, welcome to Celebrity Hip Hop Showroom, where hip hop and celebrity drama never sleep, so hit that subscribe button so you never miss the mess. Let's get into it. This occurred in a secluded area of a jewelry store in Santa Barbara, where a superstar delivered his most impactful performance without any fanfare. That evening, long before the applause of packed arenas and the glare of stadium lights, Kendrick Lamar's actions resonated more deeply than any hit song. Kyle and Kristen Upham walked into Walker's Jewelry on a warm California afternoon, looking for a symbol of their love. Kyle, a U.S. Army specialist preparing for his second deployment to Iraq, had picked out a delicate diamond ring that he hoped would represent the promise he wanted to make. Kristen, his fiancée of 2 years, had saved photos of rings she liked on her phone. However, when they found the one she loved, its small facets glimmering in the store's light, the price tag nearly took their breath away, $9,000. They tried to negotiate and considered a smaller stone or a simpler band. Ultimately, they left empty-handed, the image of the ring lingering in their minds and the sound of the display case echoing in Kyle's heart. Deployed soldiers rarely have the chance to shop for engagement rings, he thought, and a bride-to-be facing uncertainty shouldn't have to leave a store in tears instead of with diamonds. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar was browsing in the same store. It wasn't for a photo op or a publicity stunt. He was simply looking at various items, rings, bracelets, watches, each with its own story and significance. But when he saw Kyle and Kristen admiring that $9,000 ring, something shifted. He recognized their disappointment and their hesitant exit. In that moment, one of hip-hop's greatest storytellers decided to change the narrative in a different way. Quietly and almost unnoticed, Kendrick asked to speak with the store manager. He inquired if the ring could be charged to his account, without any selfies or social media posts, just his name and a promise to pay. After that, he left the store, allowing them to decide what to do next. A few days later, Kyle and Kristen received a call asking them to come back to the store. They assumed it might be regarding a parking ticket or a lost receipt. Instead, they were greeted with the same ring presented in a velvet box. The staff, sworn to secrecy, wouldn't disclose who had purchased it. They watched as Kristen opened the box, her surprised gasp resonating in the small shop. The clerk smirked and said, "A friend. Someone wanted you to have it." For a brief moment, the couple speculated that it could be Kyle's best friend, a generous aunt, or even the store manager. But soon, rumors started circulating. "You know who it is, right? You saw him in there." Yet they hadn't, not really. All they knew was that he was tall, calm, and paid without a second thought. Months later, Santa Barbara felt like a distant memory. Inglewood's SoFi Stadium seemed like a different world, filled with fans singing along to every lyric of "Dien" and "Humble." Each song resonated deeply, reflecting Kendrick Lamar's journey from Compton to global stardom. The Grand National Tour was in full swing, and that night's performance was about more than just music. It was about gratitude, connection, and a secret finally unveiled. In the middle of his set, Kendrick paused between verses. In the silence that followed, he spoke about service, sacrifice, and the invisible ties that connect us all. Then he made a surprising announcement. "I want to give a shout out to a couple from Santa Barbara, Kyle and Kristen Upham. They've been through a lot, and they deserve this." The crowd fell silent again as a staff member from Walker's Jewelry came on stage, handed Kendrick a small envelope, and left. Inside was a note confirming what the couple had suspected. The ring was indeed from him. Backstage, Kyle and Kristen were in disbelief. Fans around them gasped, and applause erupted. Tears streamed down Kristen's face as she grasped the significance of the gesture. When Kendrick noticed her, he pointed, smiled, and nodded. There was no grand spectacle, just recognition, compassion, and unity. Later, Kristen would describe it as the most compassionate act anyone had ever done for her. "His actions in real life revealed so much about his character," she said. "This is undoubtedly true. In an industry where appearance often overshadows integrity, and where lucrative contracts can eclipse simple acts of kindness, Kendrick Lamar chose to prioritize humanity. This incident is not a one-off occurrence in Kendrick's career. He has a natural tendency to uplift others, speak honestly, and shed light on issues that often go unnoticed. His charitable initiatives, such as funding mental health mobile clinics in South Central LA and providing scholarships through the Heartbeat Initiative, reflect his artistry, thoughtful, purposeful, and deeply rooted in the community. However, the story of the engagement ring holds a special meaning. It was a selfless gesture, without any press release, viral video, or branding. It represented generosity in its purest form, a moment of grace that couldn't be captured in a tweet or commercialized. It was simply a man recognizing another's sacrifice and choosing to alleviate their burden. This also underscored the power of anonymity. In a world where celebrity actions are often judged by their visibility on social media, Kendrick's choice to keep this private until the right moment added to its significance. It wasn't about appearances, it was about the act itself. Now, the ring rests on Kristen's finger, symbolizing both love and human kindness. More broadly, it serves as a reminder that true greatness isn't confined to studios or stages. It can be found in unseen deeds, off-camera compassion, and unannounced generosity. Kendrick Lamar has dedicated his career to exploring society, its challenges, its beauty, and its contradictions. He has captured the essence of the streets and the human experience in songs like Feel and Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst. Yet, on this night at SoFi Stadium, he crafted a narrative that went beyond lyrics. He showed that character is defined not by verses, but by values, not by headlines, but by genuine actions. Ultimately, the ring symbolizes more than just a diamond. It tells a story of empathy, of a superstar using his resources to uplift someone who has made sacrifices for their country and for all of us. It's a narrative of King Kendrick choosing to connect with his community, honor their struggles, and provide them with something they thought was out of reach. Isn't that the essence of art and artists? Shouldn't they extend beyond music to make a difference in lives and uplift spirits? Kendrick Lamar's work has always navigated the space between personal insight and collective consciousness. On this occasion, he fully merged those realms. His real-life actions conveyed profound messages, not just for Kyle and Kristen but for everyone watching. They suggested that success without soul is meaningless, fame without empathy is shallow, and the most impactful spotlight isn't found on stage, but in the quiet, uncelebrated acts that bring us together. That ring will sparkle eternally, but its true allure lies in the story it represents. A narrative of a man who saw a need and acted upon it. It's the story of a veteran and his fiancée, whose faith in humanity was restored. It reminds us that often the simplest acts carry the deepest meaning. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.